What is up, my fam bam? Ashley Elizabeth here with AHM Artistry, and welcome to day one of my 7 days of cruelty-free drugstore concealers. This is the third series in the cruelty-free drugstore 7 days of seriousness, and I decided to do concealers this round because there are literally a ton of new launches just since the new year, just in 2019. So many different concealer launches at the drugstore that are cruelty free, and I want to test them this week here for you and let you guys know, what is the coverage like? How is the texture? How's the wearability? We are going to dissect all of that right here on my channel, and we are going to find out. So if you want to be able to see all of that, make sure you tap that little subscribe button, that way you don't miss out. I'll be posting the same time every day around 7 o'clock, except this runs into Valentine's Day. That day I may post a little bit early, which is another good reason to have that little notification bell tapped on so you do not miss out. I have a couple requirements to list out for you guys, and I'll explain it to you here in this first day video, and then otherwise in the rest of the week I will skim through it really quickly. Then we're going to talk about specifications, and then we're going to be applying it right on my face along with a wear test. So if that all sounds good and dandy to you guys, then you know what to do. Sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Before we dive into today's concealer, I want to give a quick shout out to Thataylaa. I started watching her channel probably in fall of 2018, this last fall, and I noticed that she is just about to start her 15 Days of Foundation series, which she said it's like her third or fourth time. Now, I've been doing this series for like a year and a half, so I didn't really know about hers until recently, and I want to specifically shout her out because what she's doing with her series and with her platform is absolutely amazing. She's partnering with some charities, and they're going to be doing some donations and everything all throughout her 15 Days of Foundations, and I just think that that is worth mentioning. Anytime we can spread awareness and give the open door and the opportunity, I will talk about it. So I strongly encourage you guys to check out her channel. I will link her announcement video down in the description box, and she goes into detail all the different charities and what good that is coming out of that series, and I just think that's amazing. I hope that one day I'd be able to do something similar like that with my videos or whatever. Just being able to partner up with a charity and encourage donations and everything like that is just super, super cool. Like, what an awesome way to use your platform. So Thataylaa, you're awesome. That is really cool. So let's go ahead and talk about requirements. So first of all, it obviously needs to be able to be purchased at a drugstore, or at least drugstore site of Ulta. So that is requirement number one. Requirement number two is it needs to be cruelty free and not sold in China or any other countries where animal testing is required. Number three, it needs to be $15 or less. I put the cap at 15 for this round because after 15, you start getting into more high-end prices, right? So $15 seemed like the max out. And number four, I have to use the same base and topping product so as not to interfere with the, you know, the concealers, and I don't want to blame a foundation if it's not the foundation. If I keep switching it up, I won't know what to blame. And then I will be performing an 8-hour wear test every day as well. So those are the requirements. Let's talk now about what we are reviewing today. You guys already know because it is the title of this video, but it is the MILANI Conceal and Perfect Concealer. This recently launched in January of 2019. It first was exclusive on Milani.com's website, but it is now available allegedly in Walmart stores. Let me go ahead and show you this little guy up close and talk more about the specifications. Okay, so here is what she looks like. She didn't come in a box or anything like that. She just came with a cellophane wrapping, and it is retailing for $8.99, and it comes with 0.17 fluid ounces. She's available in 18 different shades, which I'll pop up on the screen right now. It seems like a pretty good selection. I picked up the shade 115, which is light nude. So there were a couple shades that were even lighter than this one. First of all, this is what the applicator looks like. So it's basically like a standard concealer applicator, just a little sponge tip, not too stiff, but not too flexible either. Let me show you the swatch. Kind of like a neutral undertone, definitely. I think it's described as neutral. It's not really too orangey, it's not too pink either. It's right in the middle. Now, as far as what Milani is claiming about this concealer, it's supposed to be creamy and full coverage, water-resistant makeup that instantly conceals, and it's supposed to last up to 12 hours. Well, we're gonna find out if it lasts at least 8 hours today. All right, let's start putting this concealer right on my face. I actually ordered this off Milani's website a couple weeks ago, right when, about a little bit after it came out, because it was exclusive on Milani's website first. But I have to say that was my first time ordering anything from Milani, and The shipping was super fast. Granted, I think they're based out of LA and I'm in Southern California, so it only took like 2 days to get to me, but that's good that they were like prompt and on it. So if you're not familiar with the way that I like to apply concealer lately, it is to put a little bit on before I do my foundation. So I haven't shade matched myself yet. Hopefully this, I mean, it's a little light, but sometimes my concealers are a little light. So what I like to do is I like to conceal this discoloration that I have on my cheeks. So just that much. And then I'll go in with my foundation on top of that. See how it blends in. Kind of smells like typical drugstore. Kind of smells like that Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation actually. So not the best smell, but let's see how it performs. Oh man, this shade's a little bit too light. Oh, that's what's difficult about ordering online, especially when there was like no swatches or anything up yet. It was just a guess. Did it do like the best job at covering up the discoloration? My Shape Tape does a little bit more. Shape Tape is like the bar that we're setting here. We have to try to pass that up because I love me my Shape Tape, and I haven't found anything that covers quite as well as that one. Now on top of that, I'm going to be going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. I am in the shade Light Neutral for reference. See how this goes on top because it doesn't have any problem going on top of the Shape Tape. Now let's go in with the actual concealer. Now I kind of do it more toned down version of like an Instagram concealer now. At least I'm trying to cut back on my concealer usage. And I am worried how light this shade is going to be now. So let's try to use sparingly. This applicator doesn't deposit as much as the Tarte Shape Tape, for instance, so that's good. Let's do a little tiny bit on the nose. So I almost use it to like brighten my face up more as a highlighter, and then I have a little bit of concealing areas. This is a little light. I'm gonna try it anyways. So that is enough of that. Go ahead and see how it blends out now. Oh, looks good right there. Seems to be blending pretty easily. So I like that. I'm not having to like tug and pull. It's not drying down too fast. I have plenty of time to still work with it. Okay, I will show you guys what it looks like. I'm gonna zoom you in. Let me turn the brightness down a little bit. So this is just the foundation and the concealer. As you can see, I still have a lot of discoloration still on my cheeks. So it didn't work for what I usually do for like color correcting over there. And I still can see like all my freckles. So, a little bit of redness on that one, still a little bit of redness on that one. So not like super full coverage, not as much as Shape Tape at least. Let's use a little bit more and see if we can get some more coverage out of her, because I am trying to go more light-handed these days, but maybe this concealer you need to use more of. Ooh, not layering up great. Covered that a little bit better. Well, I will say it's drying down. It's not sticky and it's not creasing yet, but I'm not sure how much I like the coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and do my powder, contour, everything like that, and we will see how it looks up close with everything on top. Okay, everything is all done now. Dim my lights a little bit so you can see. To be completely honest, I'm having a hard time reading this concealer because it's like it almost wants to be full coverage, but it's not quite there. Like you'll see all my recent acne that I've had. You can still see my smile lines right here are a little bit indented. So it was nice that it didn't seem like you needed to use a powder, so that's good, but obviously putting a powder on it like really made it dry. but you can see like everything still. Like I can really see. So if you are looking for a full coverage concealer, this might not be your girl, but if you're looking for more medium, kind of wearable that you don't have to set, this might be okay. It's hard, it's hard. First impressions, it's hard on this one, I'm not gonna lie. But the nose looks really good, which sometimes that can be my trouble area. Forehead looks good, under eyes look good. So I see a lot of potential with this concealer. I think this is one that is gonna be a good one to keep testing out and playing around with it. It could very well be this wasn't compatible with this foundation, or maybe like a more medium to light coverage technique that you want to amp up a little bit, but you don't want to take away too much. Like I don't mind still seeing my freckles, but if you're looking for full coverage, then she just might not be your boo. This is what it looks like freshly done. We don't know what it looks like after annual wear test, and today we are gonna find out. So if you wanna see that, keep sticking around and we are gonna check out how it wore after 8 hours right now. Sorry if you hear my heater, it is freezing in the house, freezing. Okay, here is everything up close. So coverage pretty much remained the same. I mean, you could see some redness coming through on the chin area. It was very optimistic about the nose, which the tip of the nose seems fine, but the creasing of the nose, oh my goodness, super, super dry. That's actually the worst area that it looks. Under the eyes, it looks pretty good though, except, you know, the coverage isn't like as much as I usually like it. The upper lip has a lot of like spackling, like almost like a netting over my lip. Kind of like if you saw my video where I tested, what did I test? Oh, the Morphe foundations, kind of doing what that Morphe foundation did on my upper lip. Everywhere else looks pretty much the same. I'm a little bit shiny, but I mean, it's been over 8 hours and cooking and everything. So that's about what I would be, maybe a tad bit shinier. Yeah, so my thoughts pretty much still remain the same, kind of. I mean, longevity isn't amazing, the coverage isn't amazing. I don't like that it says it's super full coverage, but I'm not experiencing super full coverage. So like I said before, I think with this concealer, more testing will be required. With all of these 7 days concealers that I'm testing out, I will continue to be testing them out past the first impression days. And then in about a month, I'll be doing an updated video ranking them from like best to worst. All right, I just wanted to come on here really quickly and update you guys about this concealer. So I actually tried it today with the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation just on this side of the face, as you'll see right here. So before I moved forward in my series, I wanted to make sure that the foundation wasn't giving me issues. I think this Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation is kind of giving me some issues. So the concealer went on a little bit smoother with this Bare Pro foundation. I think that the Tarte one is kind of just a little bit dry right now for some reason. It's kind of clinging onto dry patches. I've had mine for a little bit of time, so I think it's just starting to dry out and kind of change consistency. So I wanted to switch it in the series if my theory panned out, and it did. So moving forward, I'm going to be using this one. Kind of similar-ish thoughts still on the concealer. It blended out easier. It doesn't look as patchy, but I do have some dry areas. I mean, it's drying down. I didn't even set this area with powder and it's almost dry, so that's really interesting. I still have some pink discoloration right here, and it is going into my lines a little bit right here, creating a little bit of texture, but not as bad as with the Amazonian Clay foundation. And then under eyes look better, but I'm getting a little bit more emphasis on the fine lines, but my pores look a lot better now. So moving forward in the series, I will be using this one. I just think it's working out a little bit better, but I just wanted to update you guys before I just changed it, what's going on with that. All right, so that is it for day 1 of 7 days of cruelty-free drugstore concealers. Make sure you are subscribed so you get notified when the next video is posted, and make sure you tap that bell because outside of this series, I upload 3 times a week, all cruelty-free beauty videos, and we would love to have you part of our little fam bam, which is an obnoxious way to say subscriber family on YouTube, and we would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great, freaking awesome, lovely, wonderful, happy day.